It's that happy and sad time of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, the Super Bowl is finally in a few days. Who would have thought? We made it to the end of the NFL season. And by golly, it was a fucking great one this year. We'll get into all of the reasons why it was so much fun and all that. But let's talk about business. The only reason why to watch the Super Bowl, bitch, we're fucking sports betting. I don't really know enough about the other sports like basketball. I can kind of do basketball, but basically I really stopped sports betting. So we're going out with the bang with the last hurrah for the Super Bowl this year. And last Super Bowl, I did about $250 in total. And I won none of them actually. It was about like 6 or 7. And pretty impressively, I lost every single one. This year, I have 12 bets that I placed throughout the game. I mean, ideally, I could at least win one of them. So these are my Super Bowl / sports bet predictions for Super Bowl, whatever, which one for one it is. So straight off the bat, the thing that starts the whole game, the coin toss. They always say tails never fails. But I think heads for the newlyweds. I'm going heads for the coin toss, minus 104. It's 50-50, but I'm feeling heads this year. I'm not going to lie, guys. The spread for this game is at 4.5, or at least it's at 4.5 by the time of me recording this video, which is actually pretty low. I thought it would go to at least 5 or 6, but I guess they might think it's closer. If you've been watching kind of my shorts or my TikToks, I've been really adamant that the Patriots are going to be a lot better than when people are advertising them to be. I still think that's true. I just don't think they're going to be that much better. I still think Seattle will beat them by at least 7. But with that being said, I do think Seattle will win outright. So I have picked the Seahawks to win outright at minus 4.5. The total match points is also at 45.5, and I think that's going to hit the over. Seattle can honestly do this very easily. It's going to be, can the Patriots get a few scores? And I think they will. All right, those are our game lines. So now let's talk about the player props, all organized by team. So we'll start with the underdogs here. We'll start with who I have for the Patriots. I have 2 touchdowns. I have an anytime touchdown and a first time touchdown. For the first time touchdown, I put it on Ramondre Stevenson. I think the Patriots are going to really just run the ball for pretty much the majority of that first half at least. They say hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. That's a lot of shit. That's a fucking lie. Talent is always going to win. And the Seahawks are just so much far better. The best defense the Patriots can do is just not give the ball to the Seahawks. And the best way to do that is to just hold the ball and run it and chew down the clock. My other touchdown is going to be Drake May. And I just put an anytime touchdown for that one. Another thing I really emphasized on about the Patriots in this game is that Drake May is going to have to play the best game of his career up to this point at least. If he plays like an MVP caliber, then there's a good chance that they can win or at least be competitive in this. And I think for him to do that, he's going to fully have to take advantage of the ground game. My last player prop for the Patriots is going to be Kayshon Boutte over 2.5 receptions. In every game in the postseason, he's hit it, and that's in like the shitty cold weather. Well, now they're in nice. It's probably going to be chilly. It's San Francisco, but they're going to be in California, so no snowstorms. The one game he did not get it was in the AFC Championship against the Broncos. He had 1 reception, but he had 6 targets. So like they're looking to get him the ball, especially if they really concern themselves with Stephon Diggs. I think this could be good for him. All right, so that's what I have for the Patriots. Not that many, but let's talk about the Seahawks. So Sam Darnold's passing yards is at 228.5. I think he's going to hit the over. The Seahawks have been pretty aggressive throughout the playoffs. I think he's honestly going to get this pretty easily. I'm also going to take an easy one. Jackson Smith over 6.5 receptions. Simply saying if he gets the ball, they have a better chance of winning. So, but I got a bit of a special one. Give me motherfucking Jake Bobo over 0.5 receiving yards. So he needs 1 receiving yard and I win. I just realized I skipped one for the Patriots. It's going to be Ramondre Stevenson over 49.5 rushing yards. He's been getting the ball a ton throughout the playoffs and getting such a heavy workload. In fact, Travion Henderson has really not been a factor at all, and I don't see them going away from doing that. So those are the individual player props I have. Not that many, but I have a few fun ones like I alluded to. On FanDuel, there's like a drive play caller shit. And I put that the Seahawks will do 3+ completions on their first drive. I think they're going to be very aggressive. And I honestly really like this one. I'm feeling orange Gatorade this year. I'm not going to lie. I have a hunch, orange is a safe color. My last bet I have, and this is my favorite one. Let's take it back a little bit to 20 16? Super Bowl XLIX. It was actually here where I'm stationed in Arizona. It was the Seattle Seahawks versus the New England Patriots. We have a bit of a rematch here. Not only that, they're like basically wearing the same uniform combo. After a miraculous comeback by the Patriots, the Seahawks have one last drive to decide things on. Russell Wilson leads them down all the way to the 1 yard line. At this point, you have Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. The game's over. Seahawks win again. Hell yeah. Bitch ass Pete Carroll, or bitch ass whoever called it, called for a pass. Boom. Malcolm Butler had a very short career, started from this interception. Seahawks lose. Despite this being absolutely ludicrous that a pass was thrown on the 1 yard line in the Super Bowl to win the game, this play just set everything back. Took the Seahawks back probably like 10 years. Time for tinfoil hat time, but the theory, the rumors is that if they do this and this is completed, that this was all a ploy to help Russell Wilson secure Super Bowl MVP and kind of secure him as like a great, I guess. But obviously that was not the case. They lost. Then shortly after, the Legion of Boom, the Seahawks great defensive unit started to fall apart. And we come to here where the Seahawks are the most competitive they've ever been since then. That's why that I think at this year's Super Bowl, the Seattle Seahawks will attempt to pass at the 1 yard line. This is going to be like talked about literally so much during the Super Bowl. It already has been in the fucking media shit, and there's a good chance they're going to find themselves in this position probably multiple times. Yes, you could be smart and you can run it. How sweet would it be that you do the same exact play that your amazing coach Pete Carroll and your amazing quarterback Russell Wilson could not do? You do it, and you do it successfully this time. The ultimate troll. The ultimate troll. And just saying, like, they need a 1 yard pass. Jake Bobo needs a 1 yard catch. They're not going to expect him to get the ball. It's perfect. It literally is perfect. I'm not delusional at all. Like, this is genuinely one of my locks for the entire Super Bowl is that they pass on the 1 yard line. I feel so good about that one. But those are my bets. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you think is going to win. Let me know what bets you guys are doing. And let me know how you think the Super Bowl is going to go. And I'm really hoping that we go out on top.